When I look at my hand, my vision becomes clear, and I see my hand as it truly is. But when I don't look, or rather, when my fundamental capacity as a living being to see, hear, and perceive is suppressed, leaving me unable to raise my head, hold my chest high, or move, I am overwhelmed and oppressed by the hand. My mind gets filled with feeling crushed. The hand looks so pretty, the hand looks so small. I disappear. My breathing, my life, my agency, my pain, and my comfort seem to vanish, swallowed by the hand, by the external world, by the problem, leaving me feeling helpless and at the mercy of others. Wherever your focus goes, power grows. When I address and resolve a problem, the problem becomes small rather than something that suffocates me. The next second, when I consciously look at my hand and bring it into my field of vision, I am instantly no longer overwhelmed. The hand shifts from small to large, and from pretty to just ordinary. In some cultures, small hands are considered beautiful, but I don't need my hand to be small and pretty. I need it to be large. I need to exist. So it was never a matter of how big or small the hand actually was, it was a matter of attention. Was I actively looking at the hand, or was I being oppressed and swallowed by it, allowing it to make me feel small? When I look at my hand, if there's no problem, I move on to other things. If there is a problem, I solve it. I must be the one looking, rather than being swallowed by the hand or the outside world. This is exactly how gaslighting and distortion work. When you look at them, when you have a self, your own judgment, your own feelings, your aversion, disgust, hatred, and refusal, when you exist and occupy space, time, and resources, they can no longer swell into gluttonous monsters consuming everything. Your judgment matters, rather than being swept away by their gaslighting and manipulations meant to elevate themselves and greedily exploit others. When you look at them, when you breathe and choose to live, you refuse to accept violation. You won't listen to them, believe them, or accept their suppression and gluttony while you are left with nothing. In a healthy society, the lens is pointed at violators of boundaries, to remove harm, support life, strengthen the presence of living beings, allow them to occupy space and resources, and reward ability and contribution. When someone is intruded upon, parasitized, watched, spied on, suppressed, controlled, and confined, they shrink. They struggle to breathe, to feel free, to exist, to see, hear, sense, move, survive, and grow. They become frail. Their space and resources shrink, their voice grows quiet, and their confidence gradually disappears. But when the victim leaves, or removes and ends the source of harm, she expands back to her full size. She breathes, exists, sees, hears, senses, and moves her limbs. Her presence strengthens, her territory grows, and she appears larger and taller. Surveilling yourself is oppression, judging whether you look good or bad, whether you are exceptional or flawed, scrutinizing your every move. This merely perpetuates the childhood experience of being envied, attacked, and suppressed in every aspect of your life, your feelings, and especially your survival instincts, your self-assurance, and your pride. Evaluating your own appearance should mean looking at yourself on your own terms, recognizing what is good about you without accepting suppression or distortion, and improving what isn't without accepting oppression, rather than accepting external gaze, suppression, and attacks, as if you had no actions of your own, no judgment, no feelings, no solutions, and no ability to set boundaries, walk away, or drive them off. A living organism lives, it breathes, occupies space, defends its territory to survive, moves forward, solves problems, looks to the future, thrives, moves upward, and stays in motion. It does not oppress itself, stop itself from establishing boundaries, or restrain itself from leaving, driving away, or even cutting off the forces that violate, suppress, exploit, steal from, cheat, destroy, and choke its life away, preventing it from breathing and surviving. To live as a living being is to see, hear, perceive, and act, to maintain a clear vision, which means existing in reality and facing the truth, knowing that you must do something to keep breathing. When you look at a person or a situation, when you see clearly, face reality and the ultimate truth, you are compelled to act. When you are oppressed and denied the right to live, you lose the capacity as a living being to see clearly. Your vision blurs, and you dissociate. You are no longer fully alive. But to breathe and survive, you must face the real truth and take action. Living for yourself means relying on your own senses, seeing, hearing, and feeling, rather than obsessing over external people, events, and things. Turning outward drowns you in the external world, you cease to live, to see clearly, and to hold your own convictions. Seeing clearly is the state of truly being alive. It releases your body's natural survival instincts to act. Your body acts instead of fixating on the outside world like being swallowed by the hand, frozen and at the mercy of externals. So many times, the body feels disgust and wants to turn away and reject harm. If you don't honor what your body wants to do, you end up empowering the source of oppression. When they intrude, you must follow your body's urge to feel disgust and walk away. Otherwise, distortion sets in. If you stay or draw closer, your mind rationalizes it as good or right, thinking, why else would I stay or draw near instead of leaving? It is like me pushing my pet away because I don't want it to ruin my belongings, not standing there staring at it, frozen in anxiety. I am a living creature. I have a self, eyes, a nose, hands, feet, and a brain. I choose what to do, what I want, and how to handle situations. Because I am alive and facing reality, I am allowed to care and to be bothered by things. Even if I can't solve a problem right away after trying my best, or if I choose to let go of an unsolvable situation, I am still present, and I am still alive. When I look at my body, my mood, and my finances, feeling sad, angry, or resentful simply proves that I exist. My boundaries take shape, responsibility is assigned, and I decide what action to take. For instance, if I feel disgust, I simply leave or drive the threat away. I won't listen to external commentary or tolerate intrusion. For trauma survivors, recovery means building the habit of continuously acting from your own feelings and experiences, refusing to accept any interruption, oppression, and exploitation. I exist. I have my own agency, my movement, my judgment, my feelings, and my choices. I am not afraid to face the truth, because I can do something about it. I no longer accept being frozen, denied life, or forced into surveilling myself to avoid reality and distort the truth. I see clearly, therefore I must act. Seeing the body leads to taking care of the body. Seeing discomfort leads to establishing boundaries. Seeing a problem leads to solving the problem. Seeing reality leads to moving on with life. Instead of seeing reality leads to getting crushed by reality, which leads to dissociating, which leads to freezing action.